My name is Brian Stack. Today I'm going to talk to you about a new proposed bell schedule for the 2014-15 year that would impact all students at Sanborn. Back in 2001 and beyond, we were a block schedule. By that I mean we offered 8 classes a year, 4 in the first semester, 4 in the second semester, all 85 minutes in length, with a 25-minute year-long advisory. In 2001, we actually broke one of those blocks out into 2 year-long skinny classes. Those are in yellow. So from 2001 to 2010, our modified block schedule was such that students took 2 85-minute block classes that changed from semester 1 to 2. They had a 25-minute year-long advisory, 2 year-long 44-minute skinnies, and at the end of the day, an 85-minute block that changed from semester 1 and 2. In the 2009 and 10 year, a committee of teachers and administrators spent time researching what would make for an ideal schedule at Sanborn. They decided that 3 things need to exist in an ideal schedule: the scenario where all classes could be year-long, the ability to have classes 60 minutes in length or close to that, and time for a flex period during the day. People often ask what happens in a flex period. It's something we've been doing for the last couple of years with 9th and 10th graders. Well, flex can be used for a variety of activities, primarily advisory and silent sustained reading, but also for extra help, targeted intervention centers, access to computer labs in the library, enrichment in different classes like art and music, extended learning opportunities for some students, the ability to take online classes, conduct community service, or even meet in a club like student council. Over the last 3 years, we've started to transition our schedule. In 9th grade and 10th grade, you see that we have a block of time where a team rotates several different classes. In the case of 9th graders, it's science, English, wellness, social studies, an elective, and their advisory and flex time. For our sophomores, it's the science, English, social studies, and sophomore seminar classes with advisory and flex time. This has given us the ability to try some different things. In the 9th and 10th grade classes, for example, classes are closer to 60 minutes in length, and different classes drop out. All classes still have this magic hour, this 44-minute skinny, the second to last row in the chart, that's common to all 4 grades. This is when we offer a class like band or chorus that we want all students to be able to access. Since 2010, we've learned that flex time works really well when teachers have common planning time with their team to make the flex time useful and meaningful for kids. We've also learned that we need advisory and flex time to be the same time of the day for all 4 grades. That's not currently something that we have. This is the proposed bell schedule that we'd like to move to for the 14-15 school year. You'll notice 3 bands of time: green, yellow, and blue. And in those bands of time, some classes rotate and drop out. For example, at the beginning of the day in the green band, you'll see that the 80-minute class that starts the day alternates between periods 1 and 2. Then there's a daily 44-minute flex block. In the yellow band in the middle of the day, we rotate between periods 3, 4, and 5, one of them dropping out every day to create 2 60-minute blocks. That same thing happens at the end of the day in the blue band with periods 6, 7, and 8. For 9th graders, this is what the new schedule would look like for them. They'd start their day with an 80-minute class that is math. It would stay the same every day because it's 2-credit class. Then they would have their flex time. Then they would have their FLC block of classes. And on some days, they would have the 8th period, which would be the elective. This 8th period would be that magic period that we could run band and chorus, just like we have in our current schedule. In grade 10, you'll see that they have a team block in the middle of the day too. They start their day with an 80-minute elective that alternates, and they end their day with a couple of electives. Notice that 8th period could be that magic period for band and chorus. For juniors and seniors, you can see why we have to have these bands of time that rotate during the day. If you look at the last column, that's the SST column. You'll see that SST students spend the first part of the day with us. That's the green band. Then, depending on which session of SST they go to, they're either gone during the yellow band or the blue band. Having those periods rotate within that band means that these students wouldn't miss classes. If you're a mid-session SST student, for example, you wouldn't have a period 3, 4, or 5 class at Sanborn, so you wouldn't be missing anything if those rotate. We're looking to start this schedule for the 2014-15 school year. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to chat with you further. You can reach me by email or by phone. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I hope it was informational.